This life story is one of bold decisions, deep curiosity, and a refusal to settle for the status quo. From a garage in Seattle to the edge of space, he has continually pushed the boundaries of what is possible. Whether in e-commerce, cloud computing, or space exploration, once he was mocked as a bookseller, now the richest man on the planet. He become his ordinary company to the most valuable in the world. Bezos's enduring legacy is a testament to the power of vision, execution, and thinking long-term. This is the life history of Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon and a defining figure of the digital age, revolutionized how people shop, read, and even think about space travel. Jeffrey Preston Bezos was born Jeffrey Preston Jorgensen on January 12, 1964, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. His mother, Jacqueline Guise, was just 17 years old and still in high school when she had him. His biological father, Ted Jorgensen, was a bike shop owner and part-time unicyclist. Their marriage was short-lived, ending in divorce when Jeff was still a toddler. When Jeff was about 4 years old, his mother married Miguel Mike Bzos, a Cuban immigrant who had fled Fidel Castro's regime. Mike adopted Jeff, gave him his surname, and raised him as his own. The family eventually moved to Houston, Texas, where Mike worked as an engineer for Exxon. Jeff spent summers on his grandfather's ranch in Cotulla, Texas, learning self-reliance and hard work. His grandfather, Lawrence Preston Guise, had worked with the Atomic Energy Commission and was a strong influence on young Jeff's intellectual curiosity. Bezos showed early signs of brilliance and mechanical talent. As a child, he built an alarm system to keep his siblings out of his room and converted his garage into a lab filled with science projects. He also developed a deep interest in computers, space exploration, and technology from an early age. Education and academic achievements. Bezos attended Miami Palmetto Senior High School in Florida, where he excelled academically and graduated as valedictorian. He was involved in the school's science programs and even launched a summer educational camp for younger students, called the Dream Institute, with his then-girlfriend. He earned admission to Princeton University, where he initially intended to major in physics but soon realized that his true passion lay in computer science and electrical engineering. He graduated summa cum laude in 1986, earning a Bachelor of Science in Engineering. At Princeton, Bezos was a member of the Students for the Exploration and Development of Space, CDS, a student organization supporting space exploration. Early career and Wall Street success. After graduating, Bezos turned down offers from major tech companies like Intel and Bell Labs. Instead, he joined Fattel, a fintech startup, where he helped build a global network for international trade. He later worked at Bankers Trust, and by 1990, he moved to D.E. Shaw & Company, a New York-based hedge fund known for its use of quantitative modeling and advanced algorithms. Bezos quickly rose through the ranks to become senior vice president, one of the youngest at the firm. It was there that he met Mackenzie Tuttle, a fellow Princeton alum and researcher at the company. The two married in 1993 and would go on to have 4 children together. At D.E. Shaw, Bezos's analytical mind and strategic thinking flourished. But in 1994, his attention turned to a new, emerging trend, the internet. The birth of Amazon. While browsing the internet's growth statistics, Bezos came across a startling figure: web usage was growing at 2,300% per year. Recognizing a massive business opportunity, he drafted a list of products that could be sold online. Books stood out due to their global demand, relatively low cost, and ease of distribution. In mid-1994, Bezos made a decision that would change history. He quit his lucrative job, packed up a car with his wife, and drove across the country to Seattle, Washington, where he began building an online bookstore from his garage. He named the company Amazon, after the largest river in the world, symbolizing his ambition to build the world's largest bookstore. Amazon.com launched on July 16, 1995. In its first month, it sold books in all 50 U.S. states and 45 countries. The company grew rapidly, fueled by word-of-mouth, media coverage, and its novel customer-centric approach. Within a few years, Amazon expanded its inventory beyond books to include music, electronics, toys, clothing, and eventually, nearly everything. Growth, innovation, and risk. Bezos built Amazon with an obsessive focus on the customer experience, a philosophy that would become one of its core pillars. He invested heavily in infrastructure, customer service, and logistics, often sacrificing short-term profits for long-term gain. Wall Street criticized him during Amazon's early years for burning cash and avoiding profitability, but Bezos was unwavering. In 1997, Amazon went public. By 1999, Bezos was named Time magazine's Person of the Year, hailed as the king of cybercommerce. But Amazon was far from done evolving. In the 2000s, Bezos took massive strategic bets that redefined the company. He launched Amazon Web Services, AWS, in 2006, offering cloud computing services to developers and businesses. AWS would later become a dominant player in cloud infrastructure and Amazon's most profitable division. He introduced Amazon Prime in 2005, a membership model offering 2-day shipping and, later, streaming video and music services. It became a cornerstone of customer loyalty. The Kindle e-reader, launched in 2007, disrupted the publishing industry by turning Amazon into a major digital content provider. Bezos fostered a culture of experimentation, saying, "If you double the number of experiments you do per year, you're going to double your inventiveness." Acquisitions and expansion. Under Bezos, Amazon acquired several key companies, including Zappos, shoes and apparel; Twitch, gaming and live streaming; Whole Foods Market, organic groceries; Ring, smart home security. Amazon also ventured into entertainment, producing award-winning films and TV shows under Amazon Studios, and into AI, with products like Alexa and Echo smart speakers. By 2018, Amazon became the second U.S. company to hit a $1 trillion market cap, and Jeff Bezos became the richest person in the world, with his net worth at times exceeding $200 billion. Personal life. Despite his immense wealth, Bezos maintained a relatively low-key public profile early on. However, his life became increasingly visible in later years. In 2019, Bezos and Mackenzie Scott divorced after 25 years of marriage. Mackenzie received 25% of their Amazon stock, worth around $38 billion at the time, making her one of the wealthiest women in the world. She later became a prominent philanthropist. Bezos began dating Lauren Sanchez, a former journalist and pilot. Their relationship drew media attention, particularly after the National Enquirer published personal details following the divorce. Blue Origin and space ambitions. In 2000, long before Elon Musk made headlines with SpaceX, Bezos quietly founded Blue Origin, his private space exploration company. Its mission: to build a road to space so our children can build the future. Blue Origin initially operated in secrecy, but it eventually began testing rockets and unveiling plans for space tourism and lunar exploration. Its flagship rocket, New Shepard, completed several successful flights. On July 20, 2021, Bezos himself traveled to space aboard New Shepard, marking a milestone in commercial spaceflight. Bezos believes that Earth should be reserved for living and light industry, while heavy manufacturing and energy production should move into space. Stepping down as CEO. In February 2021, Bezos announced that he would step down as Amazon's CEO, transitioning to the role of executive chairman. He handed over leadership to Andy Jassy, the head of AWS. In his farewell letter as CEO, Bezos reflected on Amazon's achievements and expressed confidence in its future. He explained that he wanted to focus more on Blue Origin, The Washington Post, which he bought in 2013, philanthropy, and other personal interests. Philanthropy and later years. Bezos was once criticized for not donating as visibly as peers like Bill Gates or Warren Buffett. But he has since increased his philanthropic efforts. In 2018, he launched the Bezos Day One Fund, focusing on helping homeless families and creating preschools in underserved communities. In 2020, he pledged $10 billion to launch the Bezos Earth Fund, dedicated to combating climate change. He also made substantial donations to education, veterans programs, and conservation. Legacy and impact. Jeff Bezos' impact on the world is monumental. He redefined retail, set new standards for logistics and customer service, and helped shape the future of technology and space. His core principles, customer obsession, innovation, and long-term thinking, have inspired entrepreneurs globally. Though he has faced criticism over Amazon's labor practices, anti-competitive strategies, and tax issues, Bezos remains one of the most influential business leaders of the 21st century. His story is not merely about wealth. It's about disruption, risk-taking, and visionary leadership. Whether through Amazon or Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos has pushed boundaries and transformed the way people live, work, and dream.